Chuck and Shawn, Chuck and Shawn, Chuck and Shawn. They're two sales dudes from a cloud voice company, but with a superpower that you wouldn't believe. Monday mornings they transform into some dope co-hosts with sports, pranks, and jokes. It's business, breakfast, and banter. Just try and hold back your laughter, cause it's some really funny spit out your coffee kinda quick wit. So grab a Pop-Tart and let the work week start. Momentum Mondays, yeah, with Chuck and Shawn. Chuck and Shawn. Momentum Mondays, yeah, with Chuck and Shawn. Chuck and Shawn, Chuck and Shawn, Chuck and Shawn.
This episode of Momentum Mondays is brought to you by Polly. Command the conversation with confidence.
Shawn, good morning.
Good morning, man. Welcome back. This is our second show of Momentum Mondays, man. That was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. A lot of great feedback, a lot of attention it attracted. So really excited about Momentum Mondays, number 2. And, I like to reflect. What do we learn from Momentum Mondays last week? Well, I probably need a better internet provider because my internet was terrible. I felt like I was Mad Max. My mouth was moving and I wasn't, and all of a sudden I'd laugh and I'd be like all over the place. So that's what I learned. Need better internet access.
If you need better internet access, Chuck, Momentum sells fiber. So we can take care of that for you. I will tell you, though, what I learned is next time I meet John Anderson, I don't know if you guys saw the show or not, I'm going to make sure that guy has lunch before I meet with him, because all I did was ask him a question about what if we were stuck on a ship and you had to have one person to be the captain, and he went straight into cannibalism. So listen, I don't know whatever happened to that one, but anyway, good times. So yeah, that's what I learned.
We learned you're more like a ribeye than a fillet, but it works.
Not to mention, you said marbling was kind of nice. I appreciate it.
That's right.
Loving the color coordination. Did you plan this?
Yeah, it was perfect. Well, we said we're going to be in the green room, so I thought we might just be invisible, except for our heads. That's why I went with the green shirt today.
Green shirt looked like a big Easter egg.
Another thing I liked is getting a lot of requests. I will tell you that we have 8 weeks already booked, but we had several requests with other partners as well as clients looking to join the show. We'll do everything we can to get you on the show, but right now we have the next 8 weeks booked and set to roll.
That's because we only had 8 viewers last time, Chuck, but that was great.
Yeah, they all said, I'd love to join sometime too.
So we're hoping 9 join this time so we can continue the show for 9 weeks.
Exactly.
We've got to ask you, though, this is pretty interesting because a lot of people commented on your background, right? Yep. So I don't know for the viewers if you guys can see this, but when I've talked to Chuck, I can't decide on his background if he's working from a liquor store, or if that's an actual background, or if it's a virtual background, or I don't know, Chuck, maybe you got issues. So why don't you tell the folks what that is?
It has nothing to do with the background, but it is real. So I had several people ask if it was real. It is real. Nice. The story goes, Shawn, is last year at this time before COVID, I didn't even own a bottle of bourbon. And I had several friends in Louisville that had to shut down their restaurants or bars. And
Chuck, hang on a second. Somebody's at your window. I think they want lottery tickets.
Let's hold on a second. Yeah, they get lottery today. Yep, $5. Okay, good. We're all set there with lottery ticket sales. But the story goes is friends that own restaurants or bars, the state allowed them to sell wine or bourbon when they weren't allowed to have people in their restaurants. And so I had several friends I knew that were selling wine and bourbon. And so I just went to their restaurant and asked them if there's any way I can help. And they said, we're able to sell these bottles of bourbon. So I started collecting. I bought 3 or 4 bottles the first restaurant I went into. And then from there, it just became, a little bit of a habit. I'm not drinking a lot of them, but my newest one I got today, actually, yesterday, I should say, this Hancock President's Reserve, which is actually another Buffalo Trace. I think I have a total of 50 plus Buffalo Trace between Eagle Rare, Stag, Blanton's, and now E.H. Taylor. I don't know if you've ever tried E.H. Taylor too. E.H. Taylor is probably one of my favorites. You ever tried this, John? No?
I've never tried it.
Take a shot.
Oh my God. That was awesome.
There you go.
See that? I literally just... See, folks, that's what you get from Momentum. See, with our MS Teams solution and technology, we can teleport bourbon through the internet. That's
There you go. It's perfect.
Oh man, that's too fun. So 150 bottles, right?
150 plus bottles, 50 plus from Buffalo Trace. I think there's about 25 of them that are open. And I think I have over 50 store selection picks. So recently picked one up down here in Florida. Sarasota Wine and Spirits did a 1792 foolproof store pick and picked up a handful there and actually mailed you one yesterday. So you should have one in the mail in the next couple of days, Shawn.
Nice. Well, if you want to put your address down in the chat box, Chuck, people will show up.
People stop. Yeah, I can mail them all over the place.
We're more than happy to immerse onto your.
Hey, listen, as long as they ship me something back, maybe different parts of the country.
Didn't say ship. I just said we're going to show up. That's just. Oh. I mean, we'll just show up and we'll leave. Well, when we're done.
That's right. That's right.
Well, listen, let's get on to our next guest. Our last guest on our first show was a hoot. We had a great time with John Anderson, but this young lady is an absolute star, and we're excited that she's been able to join us. She resides in the great state of Michigan, but I got to tell you an interesting story. Before setting the telecom industry on fire, this young lady basically hand-drafted maps of the Great Lakes and then translated them to French for her French friends in Canada. After the invention of the printer, it left Catherine wondering where to take her talents. She's a state board member of Inforum, whose mission is to accelerate careers for women and a catalyst that removes barriers and increases opportunities. Catherine is the CEO and founder of Symplicity Communications. Would you please welcome Catherine Behrenbrinker?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Still trying to figure out why Shawn puts that phone to his mouth when he plays the music. He's not talking into it. That's all right. Maybe that was Shawn's voice. I don't know. Let's see how high you can go, Shawn.
Oh, yeah. That was my best Alicia Keys. Catherine, welcome to the show. Happy Monday.
Thank you so much. Happy Monday. It's great to be here.
We were curious as if you were going to get into the green theme, and you did. So I like that. Very nice.
Well, Symplicity Green. It's my goal to have crayon have a Symplicity Green color sometimes. So have to show up in Symplicity Green.
I love it because you break up the monotony of this, whatever Chuck calls it, teal green, or I call it teal green.
No, I don't
try to do that. Yeah.
So Catherine, tell us a little bit about Symplicity. Tell us about your business, how you got started. Tell us about your company and all those amazing accolades that I mentioned at the beginning and what you've done for women in the business.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Symplicity is a truly special organization. We really focus on being a partner with our clients and, you know, giving them the best advice, good, bad, or ugly. Sometimes we have to deliver that, but it's really about solving problems. We've been named the Dragon Slayers from our largest client, which is a West Michigan retail grocery store chain. And sometimes it feels like we have to slay some dragons and fix a lot of problems. But at the end of the day, our clients really rely on us to help them navigate the world of technology and buying technology. You know, it's changed dramatically in the last year, but it also, you know, how you approach it, how you purchase it, trying to figure out who you should purchase from and who you should listen to. So we really pride ourselves in helping them navigate that. We also have deployed over the last couple of years an inventory management solution. And that's really set us apart from a lot of our competitors because, you know, really understanding what services you have, whether it's a phone line or a circuit, it could also be a license. You know, we live in the world now of, you know, a person has different licenses and it really gets out of control. So we've kind of taking the approach of we've got to help our partners, whether it's, you know, the IT department or the marketing department, really understand, you know, what they're buying and optimize that. So optimization has really come into, you know, really deep focus for us. So it's all about, you know, just being an extension of the team for our clients.
Outstanding.
That's fantastic.
Now, I know that you guys are a large organization, right? So I said in the beginning that you know, reside in the great state of Michigan. But for those of us that aren't from Michigan, you're in what part? Grand Rapids?
Grand Rapids, right here. That, you know, we can do this.
What is
you know,
that? Like the hand? That's like
Yeah, it's the
that's how,
hand.
is
The
that
mitten.
Italy? What did you show
The
me?
mitten state. The
No,
mitten
I got
state,
I got
right?
Italy. Let me show you Italy. Italy is right here.
The food. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Italy. That's where my grandparents right here. And actually, I live right here. I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida. So we got all the states covered in.
See,
Actually,
we
country
can
too.
do it. We can do it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So you're in Grand Rapids, but you guys, I mean, you cover everything, right?
We do planet wide, it doesn't matter, there's just no barriers these days. We help clients, we ordered a circuit in Bangladesh last year, it doesn't matter. It's just kind of, again, solving those problems. Where are they located? Where do they have staff? Organizations are global these days. And especially with people working remotely, didn't everybody last year go, oh, I guess I can work from the Caribbean now. I don't have to be, because so many businesses are really not coming back. That's what we're finding on, as being part of the state board within Forum. We have, 40 other organizations, some large organizations that they're not bringing a lot of staff back in or on those flexible work environments. So we're definitely seeing people embrace technology. I feel like it was my I told you so moment of, yeah, we told you to go to the cloud. We told you to put your phone system in the cloud, and now people are going, oh, maybe we should have done that. So yeah, it's important to let people use whatever the device they want and wherever they want to work. Just grab that internet connection, and you can work anywhere. So I love what we do at
Nice.
Symplicity.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're absolutely right. The remote home worker and all the technology that has changed over the last 12, 13 months. I mean, if people didn't make that transition to the cloud prior to, I guarantee they're going to be making that transition going forward if they haven't already. So you're absolutely right, Catherine. I know we've worked on a couple opportunities together. In your mind, why Momentum? What have you seen? What do you like about what we've been able to do with you as a partner?
Yeah, without a doubt, it's about the people, the relationship, and that's how I decide to work with the service providers, and having accessibility to the people that are helping me solve problems for my clients. And sometimes that's outside of that 8 to 5 time frame. I know with this particular grocery store chain that we helped bring in a secondary network, and the negotiations in that contract, Momentum really came to the table. And I remember being on the phone with John at 9:30 at night, trying to work out some of those details to get that project done for the client. And I was just amazed at what you guys did to not just help that client, but to help me as the agent, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to solve a problem, and you guys saw both parties as important, not just the client. And I have a huge respect for that. But then when we got into the project management, that's where I think a lot of companies fall short. And the project managers that I work with at Momentum are fantastic, just great individuals that really get why they're doing this, and thinking about making this easier for the client. And that means a lot to me when they really understand that that's my client that they're talking to. Yeah. I think it's, why Momentum is because you guys really see me. You really see me as part of this equation. You see my organization and the value that we can bring to that. And that whole partnership between, the service provider, the customer, and, me as the agency, that's what Momentum does really well. You also are able to be open for areas of improvement, and you've shown that when we've had, process improvement suggestions. You've been really open to that, and that's what's important, because that's what makes it feel like a relationship, and you do business with those people that you like, whether it's a client or whether it's a service provider. And you guys just step up, and that's what I need. I need that for my organization is to work with people that are willing to go that extra mile.
Yeah. So Catherine, you and I've had a couple conversations late at night. One in particular, I think involved your husband Mike and a dinner incident, but that was a fun one, wasn't it?
Oh, for sure. And it's at the end of the day, sometimes I pinch myself, is this really work that I do? Because, it really is. There's a lot of, dinners, there's a lot of, hard work during the day, especially the last year, being on Zoom calls constantly. We do 15 meetings a day instead of, in the past, it might have been 7 meetings. You can just fit them in more. But, it's about the interaction. And I love working with your team, whether it's, needing to escalate that up and say, hey, Shawn, we need your help on something, or, dealing with Jeff or the implementers. It's truly a joy. It's enjoyable.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I know Shawn took care of that issue. You guys had a dinner, I think, the next morning. So,
Yep.
so Catherine, thank you very much for joining us. When we ask that question, why momentum, we're often found asking the question, why not momentum? If you think through it, if you're thinking about partnering with an organization like Momentum, it is a complete unified communication solution. Everything from hosted voice users, contact center, SD-WAN capabilities, fiber connectivity across the world, and we do all of the white glove implementation on voice solutions with our employees. And it's a true white glove approach. It's one organization handling everything for you as a partner and for you as a client. So, Catherine, thank you very much for the partnership. We truly appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, truly.
Awesome job. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
Thank you.